My ex torched my car at 3 a.m. She forgot what she packed in the trunk herself. I woke to the smell of smoke. By the time I got outside, my car was a fireball. Daria stood across the street, phone raised, grinning. "That's for lying to me for 2 years," she called out. "I never lied. Not once. My job orientation was in 6 hours. No backup ride. No savings after she drained our joint account before I could close it. She wiped out everything. And for a moment, I just stood there. Then I remembered what was in the trunk. I looked at her filming, and I didn't say a word. Let me explain. Daria and I were together almost 3 years. She was magnetic at first. 6 months in, the intensity turned dark. She monitored my phone, timed my grocery runs, memorized my schedule down to the minute. 13 minutes longer than last week, she'd say at the door. "Who were you with?" "Nobody. I was comparing prices on chicken." She threw a mug at my back once because I smiled at a notification. It was a weather alert. Then 5 minutes later, she'd be sobbing, holding me. "I'm only like this because I love you too much." A year in, her younger brother Nolan was killed in a car accident. He was 22. The family was shattered. Before the funeral, their mother Riva pulled me aside. Nolan kept a box, journals, letters he wrote to each of us. He always said they were for after he was gone. "Please make sure Daria keeps them safe." I promised. The box was small, wooden, held together with a leather strap. Inside were 4 sealed envelopes, each one labeled in his handwriting. Mom, Dad, Daria, Britt, plus 2 journals filled cover to cover. Daria opened the box once, read the first line of her letter, and slammed it shut. "Get this out of my sight." I put it on the top shelf of our closet and never touched it. After Nolan died, Daria didn't grieve. She sharpened. She called my job and told my manager I was stealing from the register. She locked me out at midnight because my dog walk took 10 minutes too long. When I said I wanted to leave, she broke my laptop across the counter and said nobody would ever love someone as pathetic as me. 2 weeks later, she kicked me out anyway. While I loaded my car in the rain, she carried the wooden box out and shoved it in my trunk. "Take your junk and go." I said, "Daria, that's Nolan's stuff. Your family needs those letters." She grabbed my collar. "Get out of my face." I drove away. Figured she'd call in a week. She never did. I moved to a studio 35 minutes away. Found warehouse work. Started breathing again. Met a guy named Oren at the laundromat. We'd watch games on his phone while our clothes dried. Normal, easy, human connection without flinching every time someone raised their voice. Then Daria saw us at a gas station 2 weeks ago. I was leaning on Oren's truck, laughing about something stupid. She drove past slow, window down, staring. That night, the texts came. "Replaced me already. Disgusting. Everyone's gonna know what you really are." She posted online that I was manipulative, dangerous, and holding Nolan's belongings hostage out of spite. Her followers sent me threats for weeks. Now my car was ash, and Daria was performing for her phone. I went inside and sat at the kitchen table. Morning. First call, fire marshal. Arson investigation opened within the hour. Her plates were on my neighbor's doorbell camera pulling away from the scene. Second call, Daria's sister, Britt. I told her what was in the trunk. The line went quiet for a long time. "She told us you wouldn't give them back," Britt whispered. "Dad asks about Nolan's letter every single week." Third, I pulled up every text from the night she kicked me out, including the one where she wrote, "I put that stupid box in your trunk. Don't ever bring it up again." Britt drove to their parents' house that afternoon. The arrest came 2 days later. Felony arson. But the charge wasn't what destroyed her. Britt showed the family everything. The texts proving Daria packed the box in my trunk herself. The posts where she told thousands of strangers I was the one keeping Nolan's final words from them. Their father, who'd spent 4 months believing I was the monster holding his dead son's goodbye hostage, sat at the kitchen table and didn't move for an hour. When Daria came downstairs, he stood up. "Nolan wrote me a letter I will never get to read because of you." Her mother left the room without looking at her. Britt said 3 words. "You're dead to me." Daria collapsed, swore she forgot the box was in there, begged them to understand. Her father walked past her to the front door and stopped with his hand on the frame. "You burned my son twice," he said, and kept walking. Nobody followed her when she ran outside.